Okay, for reading today, you guys are going to be reading Harvest Birds. It is a folk tale. If you look up at the front of your book whenever you open it up, it'll say that it's a folk tale, which means that it's stories that were first told orally, so by mouth, and then they reflect a culture's customs. As you read, look for the lesson, then look for main character who shows the values of a culture, and then information about the customs of a culture. So you're just going to be listening for those types of things, and we'll talk more about that later. So if you're not sure what those mean, no big deal. Read the text from front to back. It is on page 278 in your Campfire Journeys book, and that is also right there in Google Classroom for you to find that page. So you first want to do a picture walk before you actually start reading, just like we always do. See what you notice about the pictures. Does it look real? Does it look fake? What do you think is going to happen in the story? Ask yourself those types of questions. And then, after you get done with that, you need to actually read the story from front to back. Some of you do have the Harvest Birds Read Aloud on your Google Classroom, and if you have that, you can go ahead and play that video and it'll read it for you. If not, then you are reading it in your book. When you get done reading your story, you need to do a couple things. You need to tell me what the lesson was that the author wanted you to get from the story. Why did the author write it? What is the lesson it's trying to teach you? And then the third thing that you need to do is you need to give two details from in the text. So you need to get in your text, needs to come out of there, two details that tell you that was the lesson that you chose. So for example, if I say that the lesson is that you need to be smarter with your money. So maybe that's the lesson that I got out of the text. That's not it. Then you could give two details as saying, Ronnie put money in a piggy bank and decided to save up for a horse. And then in January, Ronnie bought a horse with that money that they saved, and Ronnie was super happy. Those are two details from the text that I could use to help me to support why I thought the lesson was what it was. So you choose the lesson. What did the author really want you to learn from this book? And then two details that support that lesson from the text. Remember, I don't want you writing word for word what's in your book. I want it to come from your brain onto the paper. And then you can turn that into Google Classroom. All right, get started.